Hey guys, it's Esteban with Autistic again. Hope you're well. I think this video is going to be on meds that people with autism and ADHD, or just one of them, take, coming through my personal experiences. So, one of the things that I understand is that there is a pedigree of diagnosis that comes before most late diagnosed autistics get diagnosed. And two of the things that are diagnosed are anxiety and depression. And usually this means that a person who is diagnosed with anxiety and or depression get treatment for it through medication. For myself, it was a lot of different medications. The last few were hydroxyzine HCl for anxiety and Prozac for mood stabilization, depression. And as far as I could tell, they did an okay job controlling some of the symptoms that came from anxiety and what I thought was depression and what the psychiatrist thought was depression. But later I come to understand that it is just an overwhelm and a burnout rather than a depression for most autistic people. But there is some truth to the depression and definitely a lot of truth to the anxiety, because living in a world that's not made for you, it definitely can cause some depression and anxiety and some harm to your psyche. The other medication that really changed my life in a good and a bad way was Adderall. And the diagnosis of ADHD caused me to start taking Adderall. And this was after I had to get off of coffee because it was giving me headaches. So I wasn't able to drink coffee at 4+ cups a day to sustain that stimulant effect for my ADHD, to focus and to have a mellow mood and demeanor. Adderall was a godsend. It allowed me to focus. It allowed me to do the very same things that I did with coffee, and it was easier to deal with. It was a little pill, and it was going great until the Adderall shortage happened. And then I wasn't able to get any Adderall. I'm sure many of you have the same story, and I can empathize with you. And I'm so sorry that you had to go through that, because for me, it made it so that I couldn't focus and concentrate, and it disrupted my life and my ability to live in a way that caused a lot of turmoil. I wasn't able to focus and multitask like I used to. So a lot of the aspects of my career went down the tube. And I was in charge of a lot, including being co-training manager, being a body-worn camera liaison, and also being a board member of the union, along with a few other things that I will talk about in other videos. But I wasn't able to juggle that, plus being a SRO at a campus. And it caused me to have my first ever giant autistic burnout, and it caused me to have to take months of time off to recoup. And this was about 2.5 years ago, and I'm still recouping from it. I lost my health insurance and was no longer able to get Adderall that way, even at small amounts. So I was forced to use gas station Adderall, which is pretty interesting because it had about 60% the same effect as regular Adderall had, but even that was expensive. So I had to get off of that, and I still find it difficult to function in the same regard that I was able to function before. So this is both a warning and just a PSA maybe for a lot of you who are considering taking Adderall for your ADHD symptoms. Because if you're not able to get it, it will definitely disrupt your ability to function after being on it for even a month. So please beware, and I hope you enjoy the video. If you have any comments, please write them down below, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.